Can anybody hear me? Yeah. Good, that's why. All right. If everyone could settle, we've only got just a couple of comments. We are here to celebrate the life of Christine Bynum. She loves to party, so that's what we're doing. Make sure you sign the guest book.
And stick around for lunch.
Oh. And we are going to have a lunch provided by the ladies of the church, if you're more than welcome to stay for that. And later today, we are going to have a Gregorowski reunion. So we have a fun-filled day. So let's see if I can get through this without crying, and we will be great. Christine Mary Bynum, 79, of Springfield, Missouri, died Saturday, October 3rd, 2020, at Mercy Hospital due to complications of COVID. Christine was preceded in death by her parents, Tom and Josephine Baron Gregorowski, her husband, James Bynum, and her brother, Chad Gregorowski. She is survived by her children, Susan Love with Danny, Christopher Bynum with Lynn, and Sarah Nelson with Tom Severs. Her grandchildren, Alec, Hannah, Lily, Christy, Colton, Joey, and Jamie, as well as great-grandchildren, Evelyn, Gannon, and Mackenzie, and lastly, her siblings, Elena Tassett with Damien, Evelyn Anderson with Robert, and Carl Gregorowski. Christine was born on August 8, 1941 in Elyria, Nebraska. She was the fifth and youngest child of Tom and Josephine Gregorowski. Tom was a farmer in Nebraska and then a freight handler for Frisco Railroad. Josephine was a garment factory worker. The family moved to Missouri in 1941, the day after Pearl Harbor. The siblings all attended Sacred Heart Catholic Church. Christine graduated in 1959 from St. Agnes Catholic School. Christine had a lifelong love of learning and teaching. She attended Southwest Missouri State and graduated in 1963 with a Bachelor of Science in English. She received a master's with an emphasis in reading from University of Missouri, Kansas City, and a master's degree in elementary education from Drury. During her studies at SMS, she happened to meet Jay Bynum. The couple fell in love. They married on August 18, 1963 at St. Joseph Catholic Church. They had 3 children, Susan, Sarah, and Christopher, or as everyone who grew up knowing the kid. In her professional career, Christine taught in a few notable places. Her favorites included Australia, Kansas City, Kansas, and of course, Springfield, Missouri. She taught English in Australia, where the family spent an entire year. Then back in Springfield, she taught a generation of students in St. Joseph Catholic Elementary School, where she eventually retired. She was an active participant in church and school activities. She would participate in everything from plays, including costumes, to the church's annual rummage sale. Christine would routinely be a lector and distribute Panera donations and count money. In her personal life, she loved tent theater, where she saw John Bynum perform, and the Starlight Theater in Kansas City. I remember seeing Evita, Romeo and Juliet, and Roy Clark with her. She also enjoyed a couple of cruises, Las Vegas, and many, many trips to bingo and the casino with her sisters. She loved spending time with her family, and weekends were filled with garage sales and spending time with her doggies, Taz and Zoe. We are richer for having her in our life and poorer with her passing. We gather today to honor her memory, console those she left behind, and remember that she will be there to meet us when it's our turn to enter heaven's gate. She almost made it without breaking up. Father asked me to be sure that you keep the doors closed because it's very hot out there and it comes in. Okay, Christine loved to write. She wrote me a poem for one of my birthdays, and I really loved it. Just gonna put on my glasses if I expect to read it. I did not memorize it.
When your sister turns 69. When your sister turns 69 and you're not far behind, what memory remains? Childhood games, forgotten names, family stories, fleeting glories from the past. How much longer will we last? What lies ahead? Fear and dread, tears to shed, times to laugh, times to smile, time to go another mile, games to play another day, someplace to go and yell, bingo! We're going to open this up for anybody who wants to make any comments or tell stories about Christine, whatever you might think of. And like I say, you are invited to lunch just whenever this wraps up. What else? I should have written it down. Here comes somebody. It sounds good to me.
When I heard we were finally doing memorial, I told Ruth, I said, let me do the salad. Because when we had funeral dinners, Christine and I did the salad.
And Christine was always the first one I would call if there was a funeral dinner. And she always was there, always.
And I would come late because by that time she'd had all that tedious little chopping business going. And I would just accessorize and we'd just call it our, the kitchen sink salad. And so that's what I brought today in memory.
And we're going to have our annual rummage sale here July the 30th and 31st, and it's going to be in memory of Christine because she always headed it up. Did a great job. She will be missed.
Ruth, you get to say it again. They didn't hear you.
So we're going to have our annual rummage sale July 30th and 31st. We've done it for many years. Christine always headed it up, and she did a magnificent job, and she is dearly missed. We love her so much.
Don't forget to sign the guest book. Don't forget to take your souvenir Santa. Don't forget there's refreshments over here. Evie, did you want to say something? We want to thank the people who came from out of state. We've got people from Texas and Nebraska and Kansas, Indiana. Who's from Indiana? Oh, I don't know you. Thank you.
Good morning. And I just welcome you all. Really honored to have you all here. I'm the pastor for the last 5 years in this church, and Christian was a wonderful person. As she mentioned, Ruth said she will be missed. She will be missed very badly, but we'll continue to remember her for all the good things she did here, especially for the church, Sacred Heart, and she was a very good person even outside in the social life. That's the reason you all gathered here to give our respect to our sister Christine. So just I would like to say thanks for everyone and thanks to the crew who are organizing everything. It's in memory of our sister Christine. And she organizes a garage sale. We will be having it end of July, and she will be missed. She used to spend all the time around collecting this stuff that people they bring in, and then just pricing them and everything. And the last thing that I remember was they were working here. I was supposed to take some stuff to one of the family. They asked for some help. I have a small car. It was not fitting in. And she just looked out and she said, what are you trying to do? I said, I'm trying to fit into my car. She said, here is my car, take it. and you bring it back. I said, I'm not going to come back immediately. She said, no matter, I'm not worried. Take the car and go. So that was a type of person, kind-hearted, ready to give all that she could. So we continue to pray for her, and thanks for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Well, I got the microphone, willing to pass it off. You Sharon? Christine.
She joined us in our Oh, and I see. She joined us for the quilt group we have in St. Joseph and helped us make quilts to give to shut-ins and people who were ill. I know that some of them were delivered over here to Sacred Heart. And please remember us because somebody needs a quilt. We still make quilts, even without Christy.
Thanks, Sharon. You want to say something, Linda? Another classmate? Oh.
Christine and I went through school all together in Redwood. So did Penny and so did Sharon. And we all had a blast. We had a wonderful time. And she was a great person and she is missed.
And me go Paul.
I didn't do anything wrong.
My name is Penny, and I went to St. Agnes. And I don't know if any had around Christine, Sharon, all of us. But I don't know how many have ever ridden in a car with Christine. Later on in life. I can't remember where we were going. It hasn't been too long ago. But she kind of liked to drive fast. I do remember that about her, and she was a lovely, lovely person, and just like Sharon and all the gang from our class of 59, there's not too many of us left, but we're hanging in there and doing our best, our very best. She's going to be, as you has said, she's going to be very, very missed a whole lot. That's all.
Thank you, Penny. Here's our Texas people. Nothing. They really This is her idea.
Well, hesitant to share memories because I'm, one thing that stands out to me is I always knew how special she was to my mom and how special my mom was to her, and that bond came down and she showed us favor, my brother and I growing up, and there was just always a special tender love there towards Grandpa Ted, her brother, and mom. So.
How about you, Ruthie? You can tell none of us are speakers.
But the ladies here, I recognize some of their faces. It's just, here, Christine and Tina.
She's in there?
Yes, I'm Janet Atwell, and she taught all four of my children at St. Joseph's School. And I had the pleasure of working with her for 10 years. I was a school nurse there. And she was always doing something for the kids. And if it wasn't the kids, it was the parents. She helped all of us, and she helped her coworkers. A very, very special person. And then after we retired, I had the pleasure of coming here every Wednesday morning at 8 o'clock to Mass. And we had a little breakfast here, and we discussed everything, politics and everything, and churches, and it was just a very wonderful time, and I will miss her forever.
Thanks, Jen. You didn't think that's one. Okay.
I just want to talk about her bagel program. She was the head of our bagels, passing out the bagels every Monday morning. And she was always here at 6 o'clock Monday morning. 20 years and years. And we gave bagels to all of the towns. So she was a blessing.
Okay.
I had the pleasure of going to Mass, 4 o'clock Mass with Christine, and got to know her a little bit, and we went out to dinner a couple times after Mass, and she always did the cookie walk at Christmas time, and I manned a booth with her there, and I really enjoyed talking with her. She was very interesting and just full of life and a lot of fun.
Thank you. Who's Kenny?
Christine was one of a kind. She always, like they were saying about the garage sale, we come over, she would go around, what is this worth, what is that worth? And she would always, well, dimes, 25 cents, $1, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it came back through to go out, and the person said, you need $1 for this? Well, how about 50 cents? Okay, I take it. And they would go. That's where she was. But she taught our oldest son over at St. Joe's School. And like I said, we would come 4 o'clock Mass and then go out to eat. And we'd go out to Cedars out on West Bypass. And they had barbecue ribs usually on Saturday evening. And you talking about a plate of barbecue ribs, it was full. And she said, I'll need it to go box, she said. But she was a very wonderful person to work with and to know, as everybody has said.
Julie?
He said it.
How about the best in the romance in the world? She thought so. You said most of it, what I was going to say. Yes, we counted the collection, Sunday collection, weekend collection together. We worked in, I really enjoyed her on sales. She was just fantastic. And if you remember her, she said everything. She just a fantastic person. If you needed anything, she was right there, and she kept sure off her back. She's a lovely person. Just miss her so much. Let's see, have I been to this table? What kind of I asked?
Nothing from Albina, nothing from Damien, nothing from Marcia. No stories to tell better. Anita?
Miss Jerry?
Okay. Is this your son? Yeah. Okay. I'm here. Oh, I haven't been to the Nebraska area. These people come from Columbus, Nebraska. Every time we go up there, they would treat us like royalty. And they come down here anytime that we have something going on, if they can. So, I'm glad they made it.
Christine said she used to babysit me, but I cannot remember that.
She always called me her baby. She wasn't very old either.
Penny has something else to say.
The bingo out of the, well, I went a few times and Christine would have several cards. I mean, a whole bunch of cards. And first time I went, I just had one or two, I think. And she would get real kind of, not irritated with me, but, I kept watching her and how she was doing hers. And she kept watching me. And anyway, I'm sure she thought, oh dear, poor Penny. She needs to get a life. But she was truly a delight to be around, and she liked to drive fast. I do remember that.
I remember when she got her new car, just before she got married. Okay. She ran into the house with me.
I didn't know Christina too many years, but for the years that I did know her, I thought she was wonderful. Every time we go out to eat, usually on Tuesday when we were quilting, she'd go with us if it was at all possible. And she'd take home whatever I had left over for her little dogs. She loved those dogs. She talked about them all. But I only knew her about maybe 10 years, so which isn't very long in this life. Thank you.
Okay, who haven't I been to? Who wants to say something else they forgot a minute ago? Nobody? Let me do this anyway. Shy. They want to help him. Christine's granddaughter. Well, last chance. Okay. Well, thank you all. And how soon is the lunch going to be ready? 30 minutes? Excellent. Okay. It's been requested that Christine's children stand up and introduce themselves so people can get a look at you. And Sarah, I'm Christine's youngest. This is my daughter, Anna. And thank you all for coming. She would have loved to have seen all of you again. Okay. Well, the other side of the room, he's on 500 a day. Kit or Chris was the one who did our pictures for us.
And I'm pretty sure Mom's in almost all those pictures. That she really would love this. Cannot tell you how much she would appreciate all of you coming in here. She loved these get-togethers. She loved your family. She loved your kids. And she loved the little dogs. Thank you again. I really appreciate this.
Lynn needs to say something. This is Kitty, Christian's wife.
Hi, I'm Lynn. I don't think Christine liked me very much when she first met me. She was very protective of Chris. But she did call me out of the blue one time and thanked me for being part of the family and teaching Chris to love again. So I know she's very protective and loving of her family, and she's still watching over us. Thanks.
I feel
like one of these comedians who comes down into the audience and sticks a microphone in your face. They dance. I guess I could do that.